Hi friends, the Instant Pot is here. Okay, so this one is all plugged in. Power cord goes there. Plugging it in. I'm gonna go into the cover first, okay? So on the top here, this is the vent. So I don't know if you could see it, but this position is sealed. And it actually says it. It says sealing, and this says vent. When you're cooking, you want to make sure it's always in sealed. This is the vent that you would switch it to release pressure from pressure cooking. In the back here, there's a catcher, kind of like, you know, if you have one of these rice cookers, there's a catcher in the back for any dirt, moisture that comes out from the back. So you want to clean that after you're done cooking. And then to open it, turn, open, close. To open it like that. To close it, you have to make sure that this top part here matches right here, the bottom part here. I know that sounds stupid to say, but it took me a while to figure that out. Okay, so the whole part about this thing is that there's a slot here that you could rest your lid on. I really appreciate that when I'm cooking, and like I want to check on it, and I don't want to have any of the moisture on the lid drop into there. On the top of this lid, there's a silicone ring that comes out to clean. You should definitely wash this every time you cook because it starts to smell like the food. Thinking about actually soaking this in vinegar soon because it smells like kumtang that I made. And it doesn't matter which way this goes in once you put it back in. It can go back this way or this way. There's no right way. You kind of have to just force it in there and make sure the entire ring is wedged in there. This metal piece comes off. You can take this off to clean after every time. And that's it. In terms of cleaning, you just have to clean the cover. The silicone ring, that metal piece, and this vent thing. This piece comes out. Inside this pot here, you want to make sure that when you're cooking, that hot plate never gets wet. See, I made that mistake I think the first time, and now there's a stain there. That really bothers me. But what can you do? Oh, and after you cook a meal, I would wipe down the side here because a lot of the soups or stews, the moisture just kind of stays there, so make sure you wipe that off. But there's really not much cleaning to it. It's just washing this thing and the cover. Okay, so now to cooking. There's the presets. So we have the top 8 here are preset to cook at a certain time, a certain pressure, certain heat level. So let's say I press soup. I'm making soup. It's preset to 50 minutes, high pressure. This part always makes me confused, but you can adjust it to cook longer, shorter. That's what the plus minus is for. You can adjust it to be less, normal, or more. And this is all to do with time. So if you're adjusting it to, I guess the presets are set to, you know, cook less for 50. More would be 140 minutes, and then more would be 240 minutes, depending on how, I guess, if you want your meat to be more tender. You also, if you'll see, you have 10 seconds after you press this button to adjust any of the times. And then you heard that beep, that's when it turns on, and at that point you can't adjust it any further. On means that the pressure is beginning to build up. And so not until you see the numbers pop up on the screen does it mean that the time has actually begun. So if you hit it again, and now it's at 240 minutes. The 240 minutes does not start until you actually see the time on this screen. Yeah, on does not count with the time. The cool function about this is that after it's done cooking, it's going to keep warm, or you can press keep warm after it's done cooking on your own. Another function that I really like is the saute. The saute is for that hot plate inside. So let's say you want to, you know, if you want to stir fry some onions and garlic in olive oil before you begin cooking, you can saute, and it's like a hot plate on the stove. You can adjust. Oops, I waited too long. Saute. See, it's automatically set to 30 minutes for safety reasons. You can have it at a normal heat, adjust it to hotter or less. Then you can do a manual slow cook for 5 hours if you want. You can adjust the time, and you can adjust. See, when it comes to slow cooking, I think that the adjust is for the level of heat, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything, actually. So I think that's about it. I mean, other than that, have fun. Okay, bye.